and say, hey, we took you down last week.
And hockey is underway here in Toronto. The Beauts on the road against the Toronto Six. Now Michaela Cava, who had that empty netter, out to the point. A little give and go with Leah Lum. On the right side, thrown in front and deflected on net by D'Arcangelo, but weak up in Toronto. Puck is kept in the zone, now skated out by Knott in the slot. Nilton in a shot, and she scores! And Buffalo strikes first at 6:35 of the opening period.
How about this from the Beauts? And this is just Dobson and Newton combining. They played at Mercyhurst together, and now we're seeing that going top shelf. This is a lovely pass right in the slot. Good finish over Jackson.
Penalties.
Yeah, and it's tough to get a penalty here when you're up one against a Toronto team.
And they score just like that. Doesn't take long for Lexi Templeman to tie the game. Just 8 seconds into their second power play, and this game is deadlocked at 1.
Seconds in, we can take another look at this. Wilson Bennett, this has been a good line for Toronto so far. Just wraps behind the net. Perfect pass because it had to slip through a couple of defensewomen, and it does. Actually goes 5-hole on a defender there.
And they redraw the faceoff. Six wind control, thrown in front, jamming away at it, and that one is kept out. A great chance cutting to the net was Taylor Woods, and somehow you had Lolo Burnson pulling a rabbit out of her hat.
Yeah, we're gonna see this one again. Yeah, it's Truax. Burnson makes the initial stop with her blocker, then that one goes into the post.
Head to center ice. Here's a chance in front. Nice drop pass. The shot in front. They score! Oh, a little magic. Cutting to the net. It's a 2-1 Toronto lead, and the goal is by Brianne Wilson-Bennett.
Wonderful pass, as you see the turnaround, not completely controlling, gets control within seconds, passes to Wilson Bennett, who's just cutting through the slot. Perfect timing, handles, finish, everything you would want if you're Toronto, and they take the lead for the first time today.
Just a great drop pass by Teresa Venisheva. They racing out with it through center ice is Maddie Nichols. Little give and go in front, and they score! And Maddie Nichols at the top of the crease knocks it through Jackson, and this game is tied.
And they've scored. And like you said, Nichols, little give and go action. Kepler slips it through, and that one just sneaks behind Carly Jackson. That's a really tough one to swallow if you're Jackson there. Yeah, it just goes 5-hole and in, but if you're Buffalo, you're gonna take it. And again, we're seeing some of that.
And they will look at the video, and now you're watching it on your screen.
Ooh.
That's close.
I think I don't know if it's enough to really prove. It looks like they might have crossed at the exact same time.
You know what's interesting is Kepler, you know, she's moving the puck side to side with her stick, and at the moment Nichols gets across that blue line, the puck is shielded by the stick of Claudia Kepler. Is it a good goal? That's the question. It is a good goal, and Tinker forced that shot wide to the left with some good body positioning.
She didn't have numbers either.
And now a chance and a score. D'Arcangelo continues her hot weekend. It's her third of the series against the Beauts, and this one puts the T6 on top.
To a T, they figured out just how to keep on going, and I think the passes have been not as crisp today because Buffalo has been able.
Here's a chance in front, the backhand shot, they score! It's Brianne Wilson-Bennett, her second, and Toronto is on top by a pair.
This has been such a great game for Wilson-Bennett. Well, it still has been a good game for Wilson-Bennett, but we're seeing Howard here finding her in the slot. Wide open was Boquist, but you still got to get that past the goaltender, and she just moves it wide enough, makes the right change, and then goes top shelf.
Toronto. Meanwhile, held in by Tabin. Back out to the point, a shot and a goal! Emma Woods from the center point. Top shelf, we'll see if that one changed direction on the way in. It doesn't matter. Toronto has themselves a 3-goal lead.
She deserves that smile. Dish off, open, front and center, and she makes the most of it. That's a pure rocket slap shot. Unbelievable stuff there. I mean, look at that laser. Might have been tipped at the end. In her leadership, which I think is the most important part of what Dempsey does.
Well, eventually, when there is a PHF Hall of Fame, she'll be one of the first ones inducted. Madison Packer for sure as well, with the Riveters there since day one, and a chance for Kava that hits the pipe. Cross to the right point. Wrist shot blocked in front. It's loose top of the crease, and they score on the rebound. Just 62 seconds into period number 3. Make that 4 unanswered goals for the T6, and for Daryl Watts, that is her first in the league.
And you can just see that smile. Templeman is always involved in this, but this one put on net, and you see Watts left in front of the crease. That is always going to be dangerous. Templeman with the little poke to Watts. We know that she's such a good finisher. I mean, just look at her college numbers, if you dare.
At this point, we'll see if the Six can pick up their second power play of the afternoon. Leah Lund backdoor in front, and they score! It was Howard on the deflection. It's now 7-2.
In this game. But again, this is just great passing from Toronto, and this is what they do so well. Howard's just hanging out in front of the net, able to tap that home and redirect it too, because if she angles her stick in a certain way, she redirects.
Hides as they score 5 unanswered following a 2-2 tie through 20 minutes of play. The Six have won 2 in a row. They sweep the Buffalo Beauts, and your final score, 7-2, as the Six run away with their 12th victory of the season.